Hey, what's good, y'all? My name is Lonnie Appleton. I am a healthy family advocate, which that means is I advocate for the health and wellness of family, starting with self. After we start healing ourselves, of course, if we are in a family unit, it's almost simultaneously where we also start healing our family. And ultimately, as we heal ourselves and our families, we heal the community as a whole and the world. Heal the world. I know that it's always been a mythical ideology that we have the power to heal the world. But if humans destroyed the world, well, daggone it, humans can heal it. So that's why I'm here. We talk about healing ourselves, our family, our friendships, and relationships through story time. I tell stories of things that I've experienced, things I've observed, and clients that I've worked with permission. So let's get into it. Welcome everyone to the live. Today we will be talking about jealous exes from the male perspective. I saw something today that was, problematic in our community. I'm ultimately going to make a video, but haven't gotten around to it. But definitely jealous exes, men beware. Leading by example, I had the opportunity to sit in a live last night, and sis was just on fire, and just watching her taught me so many things. I want to talk about our book club, which will be starting reading on the 15th. The actual first live will be on the 16th, which is a Saturday. So, we would have read for a day before our first book club. We should probably push our first book club meeting out, which this is what we will do. We will push our first actual book club meeting out till the following Wednesday. I don't know that date, but that's going to be the day that pin your goals, so many viewers. Okay. How do I pin? There you go. It's pin. Encourage your viewers to help. I appreciate your support. All right. I'm still learning this, and for some reason, I think it's a good idea to start. I do that a lot. I need to stop doing it. I don't like it. Oh, is that just going to stay there like that? Anyway, on Wednesdays, I'm going to start going live on YouTube. Ultimately, I'm moving the majority of my content to YouTube because I believe that there's more mobility and opportunities for me as a creator on the YouTube platform. So I will be moving the majority of my long form content over to YouTube. So you'll see a lot more videos now coming through that will be snippets and, just teasers of what the videos are going to be. And then you can actually catch the entire series over on YouTube, being as most of you have communicated to me that you don't really come to TikTok for the real meat and potatoes. You come here for the light-hearted type content. So the majority of my content and the bulk of my series will start being moved over to YouTube. So if you are not already subscribed to As the Apple Turns on YouTube, welcome. If you are not already, I appreciate the follow, dear. If you are not already following on YouTube As the Apple Turns, make sure you follow over there because that's where the majority of the series are going to be dropped. All right, after we talk about the book club, we are going to talk about my coaching services, which I'm going to start introducing. I'm really trying to develop the practice. So I want you guys' feedback on how that is going to happen. So let's go into it. Jealous exes. I was watching a video today. A young lady posted where this baby daddy is how they framed it. I don't know the context, but the guy was going off because the girl was out to dinner, and I don't think she was cheating because his response wasn't, I caught you cheating on me. His response more so was, since you walked out on me, I'm going to pretty much be such a problem that everybody else walks out on you. And so he's just causing such a scene. And again, I'm going to make the video, so don't worry about it. I'm going to make a video with more commentary, but I just really wanted to point out that we need to make sure while we're raising our sons, we are not giving them such a bravado that they think that they are Teflon and that they're made of steel and that they can survive a bullet. And we need to raise our sons to have situational awareness. I watched this man who was yelling at this woman. First of all, that's problematic, and she's sitting there smiling and laughing about it like this verbal abuse is funny. Like, I don't understand in this video why neither one of the individuals got up and walked away. Neither here nor there. But the guy who had nothing to do with this situation was sitting there and just staring at the other guy, just yelling and acting crazy. And he's just sitting there, and I wonder what was going through his head. Ultimately, he stood up and he walked away, but he just walked over to the side. He did not leave the situation, which I understand. He was probably watching to make sure that his date was, not in any physical danger, because she definitely was being verbally abused right there in public. And the fact that everybody stood there and watched and recorded. I mean, how do you intervene? I remember once I got in 2 fights in a car. I've never hit a man, but the 2 times I have hit a man, so I guess I have hit a man, but I'm not a man beater. But I have hit a man twice in my life, and both times were in a car. And I remember when we were fighting, we weren't around the car. I had opened the door because I was trying to get out and take my keys because he was driving my car. And the whole time we're fighting and people are honking their horns, like, I received their horn honking as, I get it, you're having a fight, but move out my way, I got places to go. Hey, Bree, I got places to go. But I was just thinking, why isn't anyone intervening? Why isn't anyone trying to help? You literally see me and this man fighting in this intersection, and ain't nobody trying to help? But when you think about safety, how much do you insert yourself in somebody else's domestic situation? You know what I'm saying? Especially a complete stranger. Especially with this video that I watched where this man is verbally attacking this guy's date, and he's sitting there, and I'm just like, son or sir, you need to remove yourself from this situation, not this present situation. I'm not telling you to leave this woman here while she's being verbally abused, though I do think that the proper response, I believe, again, I don't know, I've never been in this situation, but I think the proper response would have been like, hey babe, let's get up and go, versus allowing her to think that she needs to sit there and allow this man to continually verbally abuse her. Hey Mad Mix. So I just want to make sure that we're teaching our sons that their lives can be in danger too. When a girl that you are pursuing says, I have a crazy ex, that needs to be one of your red flags to be like, let me get up out of here. Because too many cases and too many times I am seeing news articles. Yes, we're worried about, and I'm worried about all of the women whose lives are taken by the hands of men. But one thing that we are missing, the key piece that we are missing, thank you guys for the love, the key piece that we are missing is we are not teaching our men to be leery of linking up with women who have exes who are violent. Because what's happening to our men, and I know we kind of get detached when we say man, we get detached when we say woman. We're like, yeah, whatever. But maybe hey Simply Beauty, maybe if we framed it in this way, somebody's child, that man is somebody's son who went and found a woman, somebody's daughter, to link up with. And because her crazy ex pulls up with on his mind, he gonna take people out. Whoever's in the house with her is going to get taken out. So we really need to raise our sons to stop thinking that they're bulletproof, because they're not. If a young lady, ooh, I need some shoes too. Yes, with my pink heels. We need to raise our sons to where they are. I love the hearts and the spam. Yes, thank you. I just think we got to tell our boys. We have to teach our boys. I don't even know what to do with my 45 pairs of pink shoes. Yes, I love you guys. We just have to tell our boys, be leery. If you meet a young lady who has a crazy ex, if you meet a young lady who likes drama, if you meet a young lady who does not seek peace, but you do, you need to use that or take that red flag and get the fuck up out of there, because I'm tired of hearing these stories of these men who are no longer walking this earth because the woman that they chose, and they've only known the girl for a couple of days, and now he's gone because she was like, well, I got a crazy ex. He's like, man, I wish him up like a wood. No, you don't. You really don't. Because when he pulls up with the gun, I don't even care if you got all the heat up on you. I don't care. If someone were to run up in here right now, I can't say, hold on, let me go to my gun safe so this is a fair fight. You know what I'm saying? So when I watched this video, I was just like, this is so damn problematic, because are we teaching our sons, are we teaching our men that if a woman has baggage like that, i.e. a crazy baby daddy, which baby daddy ain't going nowhere, ex-boyfriend maybe, baby daddy ain't going nowhere, get up out of there. Whatever she is giving you, especially if she's not the one, and you know the one when you see her, because she makes you want to be a better man. I know it's cliche as that says, and I'm not trying to be exclusionary Bree. I'm just speaking to the men right now, or those who identify as men. If she makes you want, or if they make you want to be a better human being, then that's probably your human, or that's at least a teacher. So if it's just coochie you're after, or fornication, and in the indication within that, you realize that it's Crazyville over here, get going. There's coochie and there's fornication everywhere. Anyone can go down on you. Anyone can have sex with you. You do not align with someone that is going to put your life in danger just because you don't want to seem like a punk. And that's just the point that I want to make. I'm going to make a video on it, but I just really wanted to talk about it because it's something that I encountered today. And I was just like, you know, we got to put this message out there. We got to put this message out there because in the throes, the depths of my true crime addiction, there were too many stories of either she is being taken out by her crazy spouse, ex-spouse, or he is being taken out by her spouse or ex-spouse. And if she has a spouse, leave her alone. One thing that Dre says all the time, he was like, why is it a flex in every single song Joe bitch? Like, why is that a flex? Why is sleeping with someone else's spouse a flex? And that's everybody's flex. I posted a video on my other platform, As the Apple Turns _backup. I posted a video where I'm featuring an audio from the Tupac song, I don't know, but he's talking to little boy Ra Ra, who's 11 years old. I think it's Outlaw. It's his song Outlaw. He's talking to a little 11-year-old black boy, and he's like, you know, you out here housing these? He's like, yeah, I'm housing these hoes. What you think this is? And he's like, yeah, that's what the fuck is up. You keeping it real? Hell yeah, I'm keeping it real. And I'm like, what the hell does keeping it real mean? That's so ambiguous. What does keeping it real mean? I feel I'm keeping it real, but I'm sure me and Ra Ra's keeping it real looks very different. Hey Carby, make sure you guys are sharing the live. Share the live, share the live. Yes, I learned that yesterday. It's okay to ask you all to share the live. If you are being blessed by what you're receiving, someone else will also be blessed. So please share the live. Thank you for the double taps. But I was like, what does keeping it real mean? And it's so crazy. Even though we're speaking from the logical brain, what does keep it real mean? Thank you so much, Cardi. What does keep it real mean? Those of us, I'm sure, who have enough background can answer that question. Even though keep it real is different for me, is different for you, is different for so-and-so. Keeping it real is different for everybody, right? But I bet you from a community standpoint, we all know what keep it real means. So when he asked this little 11-year-old, you keeping it real? I'm keeping it real. I'm just like, keeping it real, fucking ignorant, Tupac. You know, and somebody commented on my YouTube video, they're like, you're missing the point of the video. I was like, no, I'm not missing the point of the video. Thank you guys for the love. I'm not missing the point of the video. The point is, yes, the song, I'm doing great, honey. The song in its entirety probably has a point. But the snippet that I pulled out is a mentality that is very pervasive in our community. Hey, hey. Hey, Flirty Diana. Flirty Diana. Oh, I can't be the only one. Anyway, so I played that snippet and I was just like, you know what? We were really, really missing the mark with raising our boys. And it's disheartening because they're developing this ideology and mentality from music, from TV shows, from social media, from all of these things. You know what I'm saying? So we have to make sure that we are countering that. So when the person was saying, you know, you missed the point of the whole song, I was like, but you missed the point of my post. My post isn't about the song. The purpose of my post was pretty much saying we cannot take people who have a talent in one particular area and then put them on the pedestal of now this is goals. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here watching, I'm watching, Cardi B just keeps popping in my head. You know, Cardi B, she's now, because she gained a little fame, she's someone that people look at and idolize and they want to be like Cardi B. How does Cardi B dress? How does Cardi B talk? How does Cardi, per some, is a very good rapper. Cardi, to some, is a very good mother. Cardi, to some, is a very good wife. Cardi, to some, is XYZ. My point is, what we erroneously do is we take someone who has gained a little bit of traction and now we listen to everything that comes out of their mouth. Tupac is a thought leader. I learn something from Tupac every time I listen to, and today, it's funny, I'm talking about this, today is his death day. Angel came in here and she said, guess who died X amount of years on this day? And I was like, is it September? She's like, yeah. I was like, Tupac. And then Michael said, who's Tupac? And Angel, my 11-year-old, was like, I was like, don't you worry, he'll learn. Tupac is like Michael Jackson. Every generation is going to know who Tupac is. But it was just crazy listening to that conversation because I, a 41-year-old, right? I, a 42-year-old at that year, I, a 42-year-old, grew up on Tupac. He died when I was 16 years old, I believe. Damn. Anyway, he died while I was in high school for sure. And my 11-year-old is gasping because my 6-year-old doesn't know who Tupac is. And I just thought that was really funny. But what I'm saying is, Tupac got some stuff to say, but everything Tupac say isn't gospel. But if you don't have, it is sweet. If you don't have people in your life who are helping, guiding you and teaching you, especially our little boys who are out here thinking they keeping it real. You know, we have to make sure that we are guiding them and raising them, that they can listen to a song like that, and then we can have a conversation about a song like that. You know, because if Tupac is cool to your child, and Tupac is talking to this other 11-year-old, and he's co-signing, you keeping it real, you housing these hoes, you know, you out here, you already know what I'm doing, Pac. Then our 11-year-old who is not being guided in those areas, thank you, who's not being guided in those areas are now looking to who they believe is cool and the example that they're setting. So we just have to make sure that we are in the space of constantly redirecting and growing and correcting our children. And we are definitely raising our boys with a little less bravado of I'm bulletproof. You're not. So that was the point that I wanted to make here. The second point on that is I commented on the video because the lady who originally posted the video, she was just like, that guy looking at that man like, man, you crazy? And like, I respect your perspective, dear. I'm just going to stop commenting words on people's videos. Now I understand why you guys comment emojis, because if someone comes, and it doesn't even have to be contradictory, it just has to be opposite or not in alignment of what the reason why you posted this video. Yo, I posted this video because I think it's funny. Here's the humor I found in the video, and that's why you posted it. And then I hop on the video and I was like, I understand your humor. I get your joke, but that's not the response that I want to post. Because if every moment is a teachable moment, why are we wasting our moments? And everybody doesn't have to be a thought leader. Everybody doesn't have to be out here trying to change the world. I get it. But if I happen across one of your videos and I see something different than you, and I comment that I saw something different than you, and then you respond to me like I'm a problem because I was just joking. I didn't say anything against what you said. I just said what I said. If I would have got on the post and was like, that's not funny, his life is actually in danger. That's not what I said at all. I worded it different, but I'm just speaking here. If I would have got on the post and said, that's not funny, his life is in danger, now I am contradicting what you said. But for me to say something that is not inclusive of what you posted, that doesn't mean that I'm disagreeing with you. That just means I'm carrying the conversation in a different direction. We must stop looking to be offended by each other. Everybody's not on here to be confrontational. Everybody's not on here to be in conflict. You know what I'm saying? And if you wonder why you are constantly in conflict in your life, it's probably because you're constantly looking to be offended. You are looking to have a problem with somebody. Because 99% of the time, the person who's talking to you isn't looking to be a problem. But on the flip side, everybody's automatically anticipating. This is something that I've contemplated in the past. And the reason why I keep pausing is because it's actually, I'm realizing something that I was thinking about before. Just everybody automatically responds to each other aggressively. Automatic response aggression. And I just figured out why. The reason why the automatic response is aggression is because I got to chump you before you chump me. And I'm old. I don't know if y'all know what chump means. But, I got to get you before you get me. So I'm going to just come off rude so you can't rude back. Or you can't rude me first. I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to smile. I'm not going to do any of those things. Why? Because I'm already anticipating you being rude. So now we need to question, are you a rude person? Or are you posturing? Are you going through life being someone who you truly are in anticipation of how other people are going to respond? Or are you going through life posturing, which is masking, pretending to be an asshole, but you're really not? But it's a defense mechanism that you put in place. But how can you be an asshole to people soon as they walk up on you? Soon as somebody, hey, Brittany, soon as they walk up on you, you giving them attitude. It's curious to me. But I'm going to stop. And this is how I've connected with a lot of you, because we talk. You see my personality. I see your personality. Our personalities click. We're able to build a bond that way. But what I've noticed lately, and the energy is almost like September 11th. People aren't so nice anymore. People are back into that, I'm going to be offended and I'm going to respond to you like you're trying to come at me. And I'm not trying to come at you. I'm just offering a different perspective because my lens is different than yours. And so after 9/11, everybody was so nice. And this is my experience, because I was talking to Angel. She was just like, what was it like for you? My assignment was to come home and ask you what you were doing and what it was like for you. So I told her, we don't need to get into that, but what I told her was what I noticed about humanity is everybody was so nice. And she's like, they weren't nice to the Muslims. And I was just like, that's not what I'm talking about. You're asking my experience. I'm not Muslim, and I didn't cross paths with anybody that I knew that identified as Muslim receiving said treatment. So I can't speak to that experience. But my experience, when I usually have to wait because people will not let me into traffic, people were letting me into traffic, people were holding doors for me, people were saying please and thank you, stopping and asking me how I was doing and all kinds of stuff. Humanity and their bullshit paused for at least a month for me. For at least a month, There was human decency. And other people probably didn't even notice it because they don't live in that lens, but I do. I pay attention to how we treat each other. Why? Because even though I just am now coming into my healthy family advocacy, I've always known that the problem with humanity is the problem with humanity. So when dynamics shift within humanity, I pay attention. So after September 11th, everybody was just so courteous of each other. It wasn't, I'm going to be nice to you because you're my family. I'm going to be nice to you because you're my friend. I'm going to be nice to you because of this commonality. No, we were just nice to each other. And then it wore off and we got back to the bullshit. And that's what I'm experiencing from the Black Girl Follow train. Everybody was cool. Everybody was cool. Everybody was gang, gang. And now I'm running into the space where people are just on that bullshit. And I'm just like, damn, okay. So the energy's gone. Okay. I'm just going to leave an emoji because I don't want to step in shit. I'm just honestly leaving a comment to support you. That's it. That's why #SisterSupport. And people see #SisterSupport, and I've been, hesitant with leaving that because I'm just like, people are identifying me saying sister support as I'm supporting the female perspective. So if it's a video where a female is flashing or whatever, and I'm like, sister support, you can't support the female because she's wrong. No, I'm not supporting her. I'm supporting you because I'm a sister and I'm linking arms with you, and I'm supporting your content by leaving you a goddamn comment to help push your shit into the inertia. But I'm going to stop doing that because it's not a safe space anymore. So if we were able to build and we were able to bond, we will continue to build and we are going to continue to bond. But I'm staying out of the comment sections of already established relationships here on this app because they keep biting me. And I guess, it goes back to me asking the universe to give me a thick skin. And I think I am very much in a good space where I be reading nonsense and I just like, yeah, whatever. They ain't talking to me. They don't know me to be talking to me. Or they're responding to a 1 to 2 minute video. So I get it. You're responding to the piece of what you heard, so you're entitled to that, and I don't need to respond to that. So we need to make sure, if we can make this a teachable moment, we need to make sure that we are going through life and we are not responding to things that have nothing to do with us. We may be talking, but the response we are receiving has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with their lens, how they filtered. It has everything to do with potential past interactions. It has everything to do with interactions they may have had with people who look like you, who speak like you, who move like you. It can have everything to do with everything but you. So we need to control our responses to people, because what's the only variable in life that we can control? Ourselves. All right, that is the end of that. Let me go ahead and read these comments. Bree has been talking. Let me get to you, friend. That's so sweet. And that's on community and culture. Not to change the subject, but that's why I love Chance the Rapper and D-Smoke, because they rap about love, taking care of women, kids, etc. Good role models. I've only heard one Chance song, and it's the dun, 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 dun. Gonna be some dreadhead niggas in the lobby. I don't remember the song, but I know it's a jam. You know how you have a memory associated with something? You don't remember the exact thing, but you remember the feeling it gives you. If one more label try to stop me, gonna be some threadhead niggas in the lobby. You don't want a problem with me. I knew if I sat on it for a second, but you know how you get the feeling. So you don't really vibe from the actual memory, and people like, you don't even remember. It doesn't, I remember the feeling. That's important. Because we're always being imprinted on. And I didn't understand that when I was watching Full Moon and they were like, oh, they imprinted on you and blah, blah, blah. Like wolves imprint on each other and now nobody else can mess with you because you've been imprinted on. That's my topical understanding. But now I understand imprinting, because that's trauma, or It could be, I don't know what the opposite of trauma is. It could be bonding, but it's trauma bonding. I don't know. Whatever the positive of it is, but it's an imprint. That song imprinted on me, which means I don't remember the exact lyrics, but I remember the feeling that it gives me, which means it left its mark on me. So we want to make sure that we're surrounding ourselves with music, movies, people, experiences, everything we can, that we may not remember the specific thing, but remember the feeling. And if the feeling is a down feeling, that is something that caused you trauma. But if the feeling is a feeling of elation or smiling and feel good, then those are the type of situations and environments that you want to surround yourself with. I made it. My brother did that as a kid. And guys, make sure you're sharing the live. If you're being blessed by this, there's other people that can also be blessed by this. So share the live, double tap that screen if I say something you vibe with. Don't let the trolls get to you, love. Yeah, I ain't messing with them trolls. I have evolved. You missed the day. I don't think you were rocking with me when I used to let them get to me. I used to make videos and everything. I don't make videos now. Like, I'll make videos in general, but like, I used to make videos and I'd be pissed off and just giving that energy. And I felt I was right to do that, even though my whole vibe is feel good, right? I would switch to the other side because I feel justified. I'm gonna call you on your stuff and I'm gonna give you that energy. But then I realized when Michelle Obama says, and this isn't what Michelle Obama says, this is the Lonnie interpretation. Who was it? Autumn Rose. She's a member of our community. I said something on her page and she said, "Ooh, is that a quote or is that you?" I was like, yes, it's a Lonnie Appleton quote. Yes, I am quotable as well. I wear my quotes on my shirts. Use your mouth for good. Speak life. Available at LonnieTaylorArt.com. I am quotable as well. And so I lost my train of thought trying to plug my stuff. Don't let the trolls get to you, love. Yeah, so I used to feel justified in giving them that energy, but Michelle Obama, thank you. So Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high. I just related that to vibration. You know what I'm saying? When they come at you with that low vibrational energy, because we have difficulty with that, don't we? When they go low, we want to go lower. Like, if you petty on Petty LaBelle, like, I will have you looking for a bridge in the desert. And I pride myself with that because I know what I'm capable of. And I hold back. Y'all, we got a book club starting September 15th. I want to plug it just in case somebody's here who's interested. We are reading What's the Best That Can Happen, available on Amazon. Just make sure the seller is Lonnie Taylor or LonnieTaylorArt.com. This is my healing journey that I documented. Watch my videos if you want to know what my present healing journey is, because I'm doing it live. But anyway, I will be teaching these chapters. This is an opportunity to sit with a teacher who can actually walk you through the healing. So any questions you have while you're reading the book, you're like, how do I apply this? You'll actually be sitting with the person who wrote the book and ask those questions and who can help you do the work. So if you're interested, we're starting September 15th. Pick up your book and get to learning. We will hold lives here on Saturday, YouTube on Wednesdays. This Saturday it's going to be the 16th, so that won't be a book club. That'll be our traditional let's chill and chat. But after that, Saturday, we'll start our book club meeting. So it's a chapter a day or whatever you need to read to. I will be teaching a chapter a day. So by time we connect after that Saturday, that should be 7-8 chapters. So my lesson will be touching on those 8 chapters. So you can have your notes so that you can be supported through that. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. And if they even got to know you at all, they would know where your heart is at. It's sad. That's the thing. And the thing is, these people, and I always check. I see if there's a little plus sign there or if it's someone I'm following. I only follow on this level. And when I say this level, I follow like content creators like Keith Lee or, I don't know who's a content creator. The woman, sorry. Major content creators. Let's just leave it like that. I follow major content creators and they don't follow me back because I'm interested in their content. But otherwise, I'm not really on this app meeting new people. I'm working. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't typically follow back anymore. I just don't. And so everyone who I am following, I know came from the Black Girl Follow train, and I follow them. So I would assume if I follow you, you follow me, which means you at least watch one of my videos. So you should know where I'm coming from. But most people, just because I do say things that are highly offensive. When they go low, we go high, boom, because I wanted to go back there. I do say things that are highly offensive. I literally dropped a video today that said, Black women, we are problematic. And I'm sure everybody clicked off of that video as soon as I said that. I do say things that are offensive because we've put up so many walls to be okay with who we are, right? We do all these problematic things in our lives and we make all these excuses for our problematic behavior so that we can be okay with who we are. And the only way that we can break ourselves free from those problematic behaviors is if someone says, hey, you're problematic. Let's do the work. So most people do get offended when I speak because I speak truth and everybody ain't ready for it. But anyway, yeah, we want to be petty. And I shouldn't pride myself in making people want to go find a bridge in the desert. That's an old ideology. I should be wanting to help people heal and love. Healing. I'm healing. ING. So maybe tomorrow I'll be not proud of it, but today I am. Mess with me if you want to is the point. And so I took the Michelle Obama thing just a step deeper, which means when they vibrate low, we vibrate high. But even in that high vibration don't mean I can't get your ass put together. I'm going to get your ass put together. But I'm going to do it in such a way that you either delete your comment. I'm going to do it in such a way that you either apologize. I'm going to get you put away in a way that puts you together in a way that you're like, okay, I get it. I get it. Which means I did not have to drop my vibration in order to make my point. So those of us who are dealing with anger outbursts and, how can we continue to express our truths, but express it in a way that is productive and constructive versus getting us the opposite of what we're trying to get, I realize that it's all about energy. All about energy. I used to shut down when I didn't get my way because that was one of my temper tantrums that I have identified. Yes, I still throw temper tantrums at my big age. You do too, probably. One of the ways that I threw a temper tantrum when I didn't get my way is I would just shut down energetically and everybody would feel it. Like I become an energy portal where I'm just sucking the life out of everybody and they're just like, okay, mom, you can have your way. And then I'm better. That's how you know it's a temper tantrum, because the moment you get your way, you're okay. You want to know if you still throw temper tantrums? Does your whole energy change the moment you get your way? If it does, you throw temper tantrums and you need to check it. Because nobody wants to be around you. They probably just have to be around you because you're mom. They probably just have to be around you because you're spouse. They just have to be around you because you're a coworker. You're a friend. But don't nobody want to deal with that shit. Neither do you. You don't even like it. And I had to do the work. And that's what's going to be beautiful about this is you're able to talk to me. And I'm also offering coaching services as well. But you get a chance to talk to me and you realize that it's not wake up and be okay. This is a freaking process. When I decided to stop shutting my energy down, it started where I'm just like, you know what? That's old Lonnie. My bad. Turn around and walk away. Still fuming, but I know I'm not going to cuss you out because that's not what we're doing anymore. Mid-sentence, stop myself, apologize, walk away. And then it got to where I'm no longer this way, but energy is still on me, and I'm just like, and I'm trying to talk myself down off of this fucking ledge, and I'm just like, Lonnie, you don't even want to feel like this. You don't even like feeling like this. Cut this shit out. Come back. Think about something positive. Think about what something makes you, and that's when I realized music makes me happy. And guys, make sure you're sharing it live. If you can be blessed by this, somebody else in your community can, because birds of a feather flock together. But I didn't like feeling that way. And so I was like, think of something, do something that's going to help you shift out of this space. Music. Okay, sing along. I know you don't feel like singing along for that song. I ain't singing along. I'm pissed. No, sing along. You know this is going to break this energy. Do whatever you need to do to break the energy. What society tells us to do when we're frustrated, go get the frustration out of us by, doing something aggressive. When you walk away from that aggressive expression and release, do you feel better? If that's what it is, then that's what it is. But I would like to enter the chat. Go do something that feels good. Something you enjoy doing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we can go express rage. But when you walk away from expressing that rage, do you feel better? If you do, then that might be your outlet. But something more healthy is to find something that you enjoy, that you can experience. Music, singing along, not thinking about what pissed me off, because when we stay mad, why? Because we're running it through our head over and over again. The last time that I remember that I had to talk myself out of it, I was sitting in a parking lot because Bailey wanted to go to the hair store. And ever since Bailey was a little girl and she was allowed to go into a store by herself, her ass takes forever to get out the store. And it pisses me off because I hate waiting. One of my things I had to work on. Anything I hate, that means I got to work on it. So I'm 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. It's okay. She's getting her things. It's okay. I know you've seen people come in and leave and she's still in there. It's okay. It's okay. Why are you going to change your energy? You're having a good day. Are you going to allow this to change your energy? You have to talk to yourself. Yes, people tell you talk to yourself, you're crazy. No. You're processing. You're talking yourself through it. You're not talking to yourself. You're talking yourself through it. And so I was sitting in that damn parking lot and Caden is kicking the back of my seat and he's pissing me off. So I'm pissed off that Bailey is taking her sweet ass time, but I have worked my way through being impatient. If I chose to sit in the car while she runs in, then I chose. Why am I upset about my choice? Get your ass out the car and go in the store with her and you will no longer be waiting. Problem solved. Take accountability. But this little motherfucker kicking my seat is pissing me the fuck off, and he's throwing a tantrum because he doesn't like to leave the house because his ass sits in the house all the time. Another problem, but we're going to work on that. I take him to the park and stuff like that. Occasionally, it's hot as hell. But, Bailey gets in the car and I'm pissed off, and, she feels the energy. Dre calls and I'm pissed off, and he feels the energy, and he used to piss me off. But my energy, he hasn't even updated his lens because he's like, you're mad all the time. I was like, I'm not mad all the time. Towards me, you are. I was like, all right, I received your truth. It's whatever. I'm not mad all the time because you ain't came to me and said, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And I told him to stop saying that stuff because what's wrong, homie? Nothing's wrong. I just have an energy on me and I'm allowed. I don't want to go off on that. That's a whole nother conversation. But that was the last time I remember where I started listening to music and I allowed the music to pull me. Gratitude energy always removes negative energy. Amen. I allowed the music to pull me out of that space. A space that I usually sit in for hours. When I was younger, I sat in it for days. Now I experience it, but I'm like, you can experience an emotion without giving it energy. You know what I'm saying? My mad looks like this. My anxious looks like this. My happy has more energy to it, like, yes. But, for the most part, and that's when the 4 agreement says, just be cool. Just be cool. Don't experience good. Don't experience bad. Just be in it. Because the thing is, yes, I want to express happiness, but how can I express happiness and not express sadness? It's about control overall. Self-control. But yeah, they used to piss me off when he would be like, okay, here we are. When he'd be like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. Yeah, there is. I'm like, why do you automatically make any situation that you walk into? Like, dude, I ain't talked to you all day. I ain't seen you all day. We ain't engaged, period. And the moment you engage with me and I have an energy on me, you automatically make it about you. I ain't did nothing to you. Exactly. So can I just be in this energy? Can I have encountered something that has upset me and I'm processing through it? Can that happen? Just because my process doesn't look like yours, because I, for the longest, thought, Dre handles his energy very well. No, he said, I used to have biting this inside of my mouth really bad. He over there gritting his teeth and stuff like that. I'm like, get it up off your chest. Who told you that you have to hold on to it? You need to figure out how to not allow whatever it was your trigger was to stop triggering you. You have to figure out how to move past that trigger. Too many of us feel the opposite of expressing an emotion is to repress the emotion. No. That's not the opposite. The opposite is healing the emotion. So whatever it is that triggered you to express, whatever it is that you're expressing, you need to heal that in order to not experience anymore. And we get so trapped in our adulthood. And we get so trapped in the fact that I'm this age, so that we don't even question the things that we're experiencing. We accept them. Why do we accept them? Because we're old. And I guess if I'm experiencing this now, this is who I am. But I had a conversation with my daughter, which was so beautiful. She said, I was at the shop with Dre and I was talking to this man who was 40 years old. And I was like, actually, you're very young. And he was like, how am I young? She was like, because if you're expected to live till you're 80 or 90, you're only halfway there. That means you have 40, 50 more years to live. Now, we understand the life expectancy isn't that, but let's look at the theory here. If we are 40-something years old, 50-something years old, and we still have 30, 40 more years here on this earth, we're young. Especially if we weren't raised. And I get it if our parents provided a wonderful nurturing environment. They raised us to the degree that they raised us. But if we have struggles in life, there were areas that they missed, and it's not their fault. They transferred what they could. For my daughter to sit here and tell me, you didn't raise me, I raised myself, I was like, hold up, homie. I transferred what I knew to transfer. I just had this awakening in February, which means all the stuff that I'm transferring now, all the stuff I'm downloading now, if I knew it these past 18 years, you would have had it. But I'm aware now, so I can help you now. But the one thing we must be mindful of, whether we know what the hell we're doing or not, is to raise our child with a teachable spirit. The one thing we need to know, whether we are aware or not, is that we need to create relationships with our children where they could talk up to us about anything. I'm listening to this woman where she is giving sage advice. And I know I'm trying not to be judgmental, but when I hear people talking that closed-minded bullshit, it just triggers me. So that's an area I have to work on, because she's talking about you don't be your kids' friends. Because there's some things you talk about with your friends that you don't talk about with your kids. Your kids don't need to know that part of you. My kids know every part of me. Especially because they be sitting on my damn lives. But my kids know every part of me. Why? What if I die tomorrow? And I'm not trying to speak death into existence, but what I'm saying is I'm not going to live forever. Why am I waiting to transfer knowledge? And that's not saying that I'm just dumping into my kids. But if I'm like, I'll tell you when you're older. What if you ain't around? Anything can happen. What if you can't talk? You gonna write it? All right, let's talk these birds and the bees now. How you gonna communicate it? And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying there may be a reason, or there may be something hindering you from doing it later. So you need to transfer knowledge when it's relevant and as soon as possible. And y'all already know how I feel about the sex talk. Y'all got to talk about that as soon as possible. And I'm not talking about actual with my 6-year-old, but I am talking about holding hands, personal space, respecting when she says no. You're allowed to say no too. Cleanliness. Your body is your temple. These are all sex talks with my 6-year-old. You don't think that they are, but they are. Cleanliness, protecting yourself, personal space. These are all knowledge points that my children can now transfer into their intimate relationships. So if you think that the talk of the birds and the bees is simply talking about make sure you're wearing a condom, you don't want to get a girl pregnant, abortions are thousands of dollars now. No, that's not the conversation that you need to be having. Once you get to that conversation and that's when you start talking, you are way behind the ball because they're already talking to their friends. And once you find out your child is doing it, they've been doing it. I found out that my child was doing it maybe 3 years after she lost her virginity. And I think I found out that she lost her virginity because Angel told me. Because she snuck a boy in the house while I was asleep across the hall and lost her V card in my house. So these are all lost opportunities that I could have protected my child. So we have to make sure that we are transferring knowledge. So you do want to be your child's little friend. If you out here drinking and smoking and West Coasting and all you're demonstrating for your kids is the fun of it all, but they don't understand the reason why you're doing it is because you're running away from something. They don't understand you're doing it because you're unwinding from the day. They don't understand whatever your reason why you are doing what you're doing. If you don't explain the why, they're going to create their own narrative. Mom looks like she's having fun. Dad looks like they're having fun. Society says this is what you do when you want to have fun. Go dance on the tables with your bottle. You know what I'm saying? That's black girl luxury. No, they're just roping you into being a consumer. They figured out that we are a $1 billion industry. That's why they market to us. We market to each other. We market to each other to spend our money. Why? Because we got to keep up with the Joneses and the Jacksons. We got to floss. I don't know what y'all do now, but whatever y'all doing now, y'all got to do that too. We got to be seen. We can't be seen because of who we are and the quality of human being we are. No, we don't want to be seen for that. We want to be seen because we got stuff to show. Every single thing in this house, I probably bought it and I had pride in it. Look at me. Every single thing in this house is trash. Every single thing in this house, except for the people, is trash. Which means I'm telling you to look at me, be jealous of me, be like me, behind some stuff 6 months from now I'll throw away. And this is what we're surrounding ourselves with and bringing value to ourselves. We are bringing value to ourselves in things that will be trash in 6 months, which will be obsolete in 6 months. We have to pay attention to that. And they know that's us. That's why they market that crap to us. Because in 6 months, in order for us to continue feeling good, we must buy the next. Why? Because we don't know how to build value within ourselves. But I can teach you in our book club what's the best that can happen starting September 15th. Pick up your copy at LonnieTaylorArt.com as well as your merch. So we just have to pay attention to the traps that are set out there for us, and we need to make sure that we are our children's friends. And being their friends doesn't mean you have to have all the talks. You don't. Thank you, Brittany. You don't have to have those talks. Do what's comfortable for you. All I'm saying is the more you transfer to your children at a level to where they have the cognition and comprehension to be able to understand it and apply it. I had a conversation with Bailey the other day. And I was like, you know what? I used to say, I know, Mom, I know, Mom, I know, Mom. And I was just like, I'm just saying. And you used to tell me, I know, and I should have listened. Because the thing is, I am transferring all this knowledge to my daughter. Like, so I would tell her about drugs. And so whenever we would see somebody strung out on the corner, I'm like, drugs? You know, they show you all this party and BS in these videos, you know, everybody popping mollies and all, whatever the hell y'all popping and sipping and whatever y'all sipping and all this other stuff. They show the good times of it. And a lot of our children get caught up in that trap because they at the parties and they passing all that stuff around and just like, let me show you the little strung out boy who's sitting in front of the Circle K with his eyes bugged out and his hair all over his head, not because that's his style, but because he doesn't care. Yeah, that's your peer. I want you to look at him. And I don't want you to look at him in judgment. I want you to look at him and he's a cautionary tale of what them drugs can do. They show you that side. I'm going to show you this side. I know, Mom. So I'm having a conversation with my daughter about this relationship that she's dealing with. And now she's in a space of practical application. Things I've been teaching her since she was 11 years old. Remember, she knows. I've been teaching her since she was 11. I've been teaching her since she was 12. However old the lesson started happening, she knows. So now when she's 18, she doesn't have to go fuck herself off, come back and talk to me. And then I give her game. No. She knew when she was 11. So now that she's 18 experiencing this, she's like, Mom lesson, boom. Now I'm good. And then she could come home and be like, yo, Mom, this is what happened. I was like, yo, I told you it was going to happen like that, didn't I? I know, Mom. So you can't wait until they get in the game to give them the game is what I'm saying. Just give it to them in a way that you are comfortable with. Because they will encounter the situation and then come and talk to you. You want them to talk to you. You give them the game. And then when they encounter the conversation, they pull up all the... Ain't that what college is? You go to college to learn all these damn skills. And then you get out there and you're just like, oh, well, that's a bad example. Because I don't ever use shit I ever got at school. But you know what I'm saying. You learn it before you use it is what I'm saying. I'll leave that alone. Yes, and how we reacted. Oh, that was a hard lesson I had to learn too. Yes, the vibes are immaculate. The feeling and vibes. Yes, I love me some Bree. She's awesome. Not you tying it back to Twilight. Man, everything's a lesson. If you are going through life, and guys, share the live. If you're being blessed, I'm sure someone in your community will be blessed. Double tap that screen if I say something you like. Everything is a lesson. Don't take anything for granted. And that takes me to my next point. Leading by example. I was on this girl's live last night. And it's crazy because I had just posted her video. I reposted her video. She's a girl rapping about setting your business up in all black. And I was on her live last night. I don't know why. I know why. Divinity. But I was on her live and she was just talking. Just talking. Now, her whole thing is business. She's I don't even know, business. She understands money. She's a money manager. Boom. She said her passion is rapping. So she said, the way that you find your niche is you find out what you're good at and you combine it with your passion. That way, it makes you unique. She's into money. She understands it inside, forwards, and backwards, inside out, backwards, and forwards, boom, boom, boom. She gets the money. But her passion is rapping. So she took her knowledge of money and her passion of rapping, put it together, and now Sis is going viral and she's blowing up her stuff. So she's sitting here and she's talking, in between talking about money. And I'm listening to her because I hopped on her live at precisely the right time. That's why if you're sitting in this live and whatever you catch when you're here, don't take it for granted. Game recognize game if you choose to recognize game. But if you out here just like, she ain't talking about nothing, and you scroll off, you miss what was for you because you stopped here for a reason. And so she's just talking and I'm just watching how she's running her live, right? And I'm like, okay, it is okay to ask people to share your live. It is okay, this is how she's saying share the live. This is how she's saying. So the reason why I wanted to talk about leading by example, she's not on here to teach me what I'm learning from her. You know what I'm saying? You may set out to do one thing, but the people who are watching you, the people who are experiencing you, are receiving whatever it is that it is for them to receive. Life is a classroom, which means everything I experience, I could be learning from. I am to the point in my life where I understand if something comes across my trajectory, it is for me, period. It's for me. If I walk past the end of my bed and I stubbed my toe, that was for a purpose, period. How do I apply it? Slow down, pay attention, stop walking around in the dark, fold the damn laundry so you ain't got to dodge, laundry baskets, whatever it is I'm supposed to learn from it, everything is a lesson. So I'm watching her and I was like, man, I got to tell the people, just make sure you walking that walk and you talking that talk because everybody is watching. They're not watching what's coming out of your mouth. They're not necessarily watching what you're doing. They're watching you for what's in it for me. I didn't know nothing about, she's like your DUNS number and your da-da-da and your DDI and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I don't know what about you talking about, but I'm watching you run this live. I'm watching you cycle into what you're here to talk about and then cycle into uplifting things and then cycle into this. I'm watching how you flow. And I'm listening to you. And one message that she had for me specifically was, you got to understand when you're building a network, who's the richest TikToker? She was like, that African guy. This guy? She was like, I bet you his first video he posted, he had 3 likes on it. Now he's the richest TikToker. So while I'm sitting here looking at, and I only got 3 people in the on my lives, and I'm sitting here looking at my videos, only got 200 views, and I'm sitting here looking at only got 2 or 4 or 5 likes or nothing like that. Yo, we got to start somewhere. So we cannot give up on our dreams. And I want to have this conversation, especially Simply Beauty. I still believe you're out here and you're an entrepreneur, and all of you out there who are still entrepreneurs and you're watching this. This is what I received. We cannot give up on our dreams. We don't know what failure looks like. We know what quitting looks like. How many of us have actually failed? This is what God gave me. Because I was like, man, I'm done quitting on myself. And those of you who were around for my tantrum, yes, I still throw them. I'm done with this profile. I got 12,000 followers and the activity is low. And I think I've burnt this account because I only get to 200 views. And honestly, I fixated on the 200 views because everybody knows social media in general, not just TikTok, social media in general caps you from 200 to 299 views, period. Excuse me. I'm in there. So I've done something that potentially is preventing my accounts from moving. And I was like, kid, I'm off this account. I'm going to go create this backup account, and I'm just not posting here anymore. Check for me over there. Because whatever's happening behind the scenes over here, hopefully it's not happening behind the scenes over there. I was ready to abandon y'all. I'm sorry. I was hoping y'all would follow me over. But I was just like, I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of banging my head up against the wall. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with TikTok won't let me be great. I'm done. That was my tantrum. And so, self-check mode, young lady I met her here, but she was in my live and she helped me with my rebranding. That's why you can see me. I'm on YouTube, I'm on IG. I've been on those platforms, but I haven't been posting on those platforms. Because when we're building something, society tells us, especially in the social media arena, wherever it starts happening for you, that's where you focus your energy. So when I came to this TikTok thing, and the timing was perfect, especially with my target demographic being Black women, I started with the Black Girl Follow Train. I managed to build this account to 12,000 followers. 11.9 because I had to delete banned accounts and stuff, but still, because somebody's gonna like, it only says 11.9. It said 12,000 at some point, so that's where that number's coming from. I built it to 12,000 followers. In all my other accounts, I got 5 here, 100 there, 900, 800. You know, I got numbers, but they ain't nothing like this. So I abandoned those and I started focusing here. And then I built, and I'm just like, okay, and there's no time in divinity, right? I'm like, okay, I've been at this for 9 months and this isn't growing. And I believe that something's going on behind the scenes, potentially, that this isn't growing. But it is. Simply Beauty, you are new. You didn't come from the Black Girl Follow Train. You came from Alive. So it is growing. But I'm thinking, wake up and there's 1,000 followers. Wake up and there's another 1,000 followers. I'm thinking this way, right? This isn't happening. So I'm about to abandon this, and I realize that that's what I do. I build something, it plateaus per me, and I abandon it, and I go build something else. But Spirit said, you built 7 networks. I got 2 YouTube channels. I got a lot of YouTube channels, but active. 2 YouTube channels. 2 IG channels, but I'm not doing the art stuff anymore. So 1 IG, I now started a Facebook group called the Apple Tree. So that's where we can actually type and talk to each other, so we don't have to commune in comment section. So if you are craving more interaction, even though for some reason everybody's quiet over there, but I know nobody's really on Facebook. It is what it is. If you want to interact, the Apple Tree on Facebook, and 2 TikToks, and now Twitter. So I got 7 profiles. I've had 7 profiles. But I've been putting all my energy into this one basket, and I talked about this on the other live. I've been trying to pour this amount of water into this size cup. Get your sister support tumbler at LonnieTaylorArt.com. I've been trying to put this into this instead of taking this and dividing it into 7 cups. It won't overflow if I divide it into 7 cups. And instead of getting mad at this because it's not producing and it's not holding my vision, it's not holding my dream, why are you trying to put everything in this? Why am I trying to put all my eggs in the same basket? Diversify. So while you're sitting here and you're waiting for your dream to pop, how can you focus on something that is also building your dream? And so I started working in all those different other places, because I was like, it's another failure. It's another failure. Is it really another failure? Is it another quit? It's another quit. Because what is failure? I do believe signs that you're doing something that you're probably not supposed to be doing is if you're not getting anything from it. But 1 follower is something. 2 followers is something. Now diversify it across 7 different profiles. 1 follower here, 1 follower there, 1 comment there, 1 diversify the content. So I have different content across 7 platforms. That's how much content I'm producing, is I can maintain 7 platforms, posting 4 times a day, different content, which then relieves me of the, oh my God, I can't get this message out because if I record another video, the storage on my phone. It relieves me from over posting over here. See, I just got a follow from Richard. It relieves me of over posting and then causing problems on the background. But what I wanted to say to entrepreneurs is, if you just get a little bit of movement, keep pushing. If the boulder is moving a little bit, keep pushing, restructure, refocus on your website, refocus on your packaging, refocus on the da-da-da-da-da. Because what I realized was the joy is in the journey. The joy is in the journey because the journey is the unknown. You don't have an expected outcome in the journey. I don't know what making this content is supposed to look like. I don't know what a better video is supposed to look like. I don't know what a better user experience is supposed to look like. I just keep recreating, and it's exciting. But once I've recreated, I'm just like, here. And it's not received the way that I expect it to be received. And then I'm disappointed. And I receive that disappointment as it's a failure. No, it's not. Now you switch into marketing. Stop expecting your base to market your product. And that's why I started the Sister Support Network. Because we're sitting here waiting on our base to be like, yo, 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 yo. And maybe our base did. Look, I said share the live, and you guys are sharing the live. I said double tap, you guys are double tapping. So when I say, hey, pick up your copy of the book, you like already bought. Your base is doing what they're capable of doing. What can you do? How can you take your dream and your vision to where it needs to go? And hopefully I gave you something there, because that's what I received. And I moved around a bit, so I may have lost my train of thought, but I hope I made a point that there's no failure. Sometimes you run out of money. Sometimes you run out of support. Sometimes you run out of energy. But even that isn't a failure. I wonder if we've ever failed. Or have we just quit? I know I've quit on myself, and I'm done quitting on myself. And I've found a new fire and a new appreciation for what I'm doing. I got the book club, which I'm going to do 2 book clubs potentially, because I like the idea of supporting Black women authors. I love that idea. But also the new idea that I have developed is I'm going to run classes, because I am committed to helping you guys heal. I am committed. Black women, we are problematic. And I can't speak for other cultures because I'm not a part of those cultures. So largely, I only deal with Black women. And we've got so much work to do. If you don't think so, go watch a Black woman on TV that you don't identify as. If you watch one that you identify as, which means you see her and you're like, hey girl, me too, you're not going to see any problems with her. But go watch a Black woman you don't identify with. And you're going to see all the things she says that's problematic. You don't see all the things she does that's problematic, because we're judging, right? We're basing them against us. So boom. How do you know we're problematic? Because you judge each other. You're judging a problem, and you greatly judge. So there's work to do, and I am committed. I am committed to helping us heal. Now, I can do it on a one-on-one level, and this is where I need some feedback from you guys, so I'm just going to jump to the bottom. I love it too. I love it too. I love this perspective. We've got to eat our own. We've got to eat our stuff. You know what I'm saying? We've got to eat it, because if we eat it, oh, you're getting views because of my video. Good. So it's bringing people to you. Look, I told you this. Tell me your name, Simply Beauty, so I can stop calling you that. But I told you right now, whatever's going on, I'm stuck in the 200 view zone. But Janae, did I say that right, Janae? Spell it, either say yes or spell it phonetically. But anyway, you know, thank you for the follow, Richard. Appreciate it. Okay, Janae. All right. I'm developing one-on-one coaching, but I'm not a coach. And I don't do it. But I was talking to Janae. Why was I talking to you? Because I made those videos. Oh, yeah, I told you I'm stuck at the 200 views. I'm stuck at the 200 views. And I know people look like that, you know, look at that and be like, oh, she doesn't get any views, blah, blah, blah. But the content is immaculate. The content speaks for itself. The production is A1 as far as A1 as I can do. Everything in there that makes a viral video, more than half of my videos that I drop are viral worthy, which means it just takes my videos to get into the right channels, whatever the channel is. Yes, I love watching your videos. Thank you so much, friend. As soon as it gets into the right channels, it's going to take off. So what I told you, Janae, what I told you, Janae, is yeah, it only has 200 views right now. But guess what? When Lonnie Appleton hits, because Lonnie Appleton will hit, that means Janae, Simply Beauty, is going to hit. That means everybody, and that's why I'm so intentional. That's why you see me reposting videos and I'm like, yo, if you don't already follow sis, follow sis. If you don't already do this, check this out. Because when this content hits and the way that we group think, I'm making sure everybody I shout out, and that's why I said I am linking arms with you. Pick up this author's book. Pick up these products. Try this out. Why? Because when this content hits, we all eat. I don't just eat. We all eat. And that's the difference over here. When I say community, I mean that shit. So I'm starting my coaching. One-on-one conversations. But I have to figure out how to do it. Because I'm not doing the Zooms. Because my gift is in reading. I can read energy. I can help you if we're talking, but typically when we're talking, people just want to talk because they just want to get it up off them, and I understand. And so it's difficult for me to get a word in edgewise, even if you know that you're paying me for a session because you want to express yourself. And I can respond to you, but you can get a much better experience from me if we are in writing. So I don't know how to package a written exchange, you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to have a couple back and forths before I give you an assignment and on your healing journey. I'm not a psychic. I actually have to talk to you. I'm not guessing. I can tell you exactly what your problem is and how to fix it, but we have to have a conversation. I do it in writing because in writing, you have notes. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is pull up the message and boop, 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 boop. You don't have to take notes. You don't have to do any of those things. You wrote me a message. I read your message. I read your energy. I pinpointed your issue. Boom. But one potential issue is you come to me and you want to heal. I had someone who came to me and they said that they wanted to identify their fear of success. I love to write too, friend. They wanted to identify their fear of success. But when I started talking to her, I was just like, girl, that ain't even the half of your problem. What you really need to start working on is this. Because we don't think that we're the issue, right? We don't think that we're the issue. So we think that all the things that are happening around us and to us are absent of us. But we are the causality of everything because we are the masters of our universe and we've created our reality. Therefore, if our reality is fucking us off, it's because we're fucked off and we just need to own it because once we own it, we can heal it. So a potential problem is someone coming to me and say, I need help with my marriage. And I'm like, well, no, you need to fix this first. And they're just like, well, you didn't help me. Yes, I did. So I don't know how. So if you guys have any ideas, drop them in the comments, drop them in the DMs and let me know how to package a written exchange. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking 120 for 6 back and forths, which is $20 each. 6 back and forths, and within that 6 back and forths, you're going to get this. You know what I'm saying? If I am helping you heal and I'm speaking into your soul and I'm just talking. Imagine what I could do for you if you actually talk to me. But I don't know. I know it's going to be a thing because one of the things that I visualize is, yeah. But this is the infancy, and that's why I hope that you guys realize this, for what it is. I hope you guys realize what this is, because I do. I walked through a door the other day in my subconscious, and I know that the moment I walked through that door, I realized who the fuck I am once again. It's been levels to it, because they tell us to be humble. They tell us to deny who we are, because in saying who we are, you know, we're being full of ourselves. Please be full of yourself. But you're full of yourself because you're filling yourself. You're not an empty vessel, because that's bravado. You showing, you puffing your chest out, but there's nothing behind it. But if you're doing the work, please be full of yourself. When I say I'm a great mother, I know I am. Not because it makes me feel good, but because every single day, every moment, I'm working to be better. I'm in here teaching Michael his spelling words, and even though my energy was that which of, it wasn't the tearing him down that it has been in the past. Like, why can't you fucking get it? Like, it hasn't been that. It wasn't the frustration. It was just like me talking myself through it. Lonnie, don't do that. Why are you, I understand you're worked up and you're loud, but you're ruining this experience for him. Don't do that. You want him to enjoy learning how to spell. You don't want him to create a block. Stop. So talking myself through it. And I never got to the point, so hopefully you're still here if you were interested in that. After you stop talking yourself through it verbally, you start talking yourself through it mentally. And after you're done talking to yourself mentally, then, now you're able to fly above it. And the things that used to trigger you don't trigger you anymore. But it was like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-step process. So we talked about jealous exes, leading by example. You just never know who's watching. I watched that young lady's live yesterday, and she taught me so much. She gave me so much confidence. She gave me wings, and she wasn't even talking about what she was talking about. But she was talking about exactly what I needed at the time that I clicked in her live. And then I clicked off of her live. I don't even get offended when y'all click off my live anymore. Why? Because I was watching her live. Sorry. I'd rather wipe my lip off real quick than you guys are like, she got white stuff on her lip. I was watching her live and I clicked off her live. Kaya, go away. I clicked off her live. I didn't click off her live because I was disinterested in her live. I clicked off her live because I just had to go. I was like, boom, there's people who click off of my live, not because they're disinterested. They clicked off their live because they had to go. But I stayed and I loved every second I was here. So now I can stop watching that number and be like, oh, somebody left. I must have said something boring. Oh, they clicked. I can stop having that emotional roller coaster because I watched this woman who was spitting hot fire. And what she was spitting wasn't for everybody. So people clicked on, clicked off, clicked on, clicked off. People who were interested, they stayed for the time that they could stay, and then they left. I was like, sis, you don't even know what you're teaching me by just being here. You just taught me to be okay with being in a room of one. You just taught me to be okay with people clicking off. Why? Because they got what they needed and they got up out of there. I got what I needed and I got up out of there. I also shared her live. I also double tapped the shit out her screen. I also am talking about her now. So she impacted me, but I couldn't stay for the entire duration of the time that she was on live. So just make sure you are walking that walk in everything you do. Live your life like somebody's watching, because you are. You should be the observer of your life. That's facts. You should be the observer of your life. I watch everything I do, and I try to do everything that I can with a spirit of excellence. I'm not going to say I do it excellently, but I do everything with the spirit of excellence. And that's what I was teaching my son today when he was doing his spelling words and he was drawing his lines and he was just throwing them up there. I was like, okay, I don't like what my dad did. He was a drill sergeant. Well, he was a staff sergeant, but he was a drill sergeant. Which means anything that he saw me not doing with a spirit of excellence, he had me do it over and over and over and over and over again. I didn't like that stuff, but I also have a spirit of excellence. And that's the way I raised Bailey. And that's why she probably bites her nails down to the quick. So I stressed that poor baby out. But I'm talking to Michael and I'm just like, and I won't break it down the way that I broke it down to him, but pretty much what I said is the same energy that you give the things that you enjoy, you give that exact same energy to the things that you hate doing, because you are building a muscle. And if you only build the spirit of excellence when you are experiencing something that you enjoy, but the majority of the time, the majority of the tasks in life are things that you don't enjoy, which means the majority of your life you are half-assing. And the times that you have to be excellent are here. Do you understand? If you put the exact same excellence in everything that you do and made sure anything that has your name attached to it is boss, that when you get to your little excellence, that level of excellence is going to go through the roof. Why? Because you've been practicing here. This is like when men are like, I'm going to wait until I get married to treat her like a wife. So you've treated everybody like a hoe, but then you wait till you get married and you don't know how to treat your wife like a wife because you've treated everybody like a hoe. You don't get to practice on your wife. Practice on everybody. Treat everybody with respect. So I just want to let you know our next book club, our next Saturday live will be a live like this. The actual book club will start Wednesday on YouTube as the apple turns. 4:30 Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We are going to start reading September 15th. First chapter, a chapter a day. Move at your speed because this is healing and this is learning. When we start our book club meetings, how they will work is in the beginning of the live for about 15 to 30 minutes, I will have a lesson based off of the chapters that we would have read that week. So if it's a once a week meeting, then there's going to be 7 chapters. There's going to be 7 chapters that I'm covering in that live. I'm talking about our book club starting September 15th. Pick up your book if you're interested. It's a healing journey. It's a healing book club. I don't even like calling it a book club because these are healing. They're study groups. We are going to study and we are going to intentionally heal together. So I'm going to do a teaching at the beginning of the live. After that, you will be able to pop in 5-minute increments and ask your questions directly to me. If you need a more one-on-one session, i.e. we start working together to help you heal, I have healing. I don't want to call myself a coach because it's not coaching. It's not ongoing. It's more like if you were to go to a psychic in a one-off thing, if you need to come back, then it's another situation. But I will help you heal one-on-one. And again, if I've been able to help you heal simply by you sitting and watching my videos, imagine what can happen if we're having some one-on-one conversations and you are actually being transparent with me. I'm able to read your energy because my superpower is I can see souls. And I've identified this. I've always said, I wish somebody would tell me what I am. I wish somebody would tell me and I am. Am I clear this? Am I this, and this? I see souls. No one can really tell me how to do what I do because I'm the only one that I know that does what I do. But I can see into you and I can help you awaken your soul. So I can help you on a one-on-one basis. But if that's not what you're interested in, but you just want to get into what I got, pick up your textbook. And we are going to learn from this curriculum. And this is something that I'm going to run every month. I've been hesitant to say that because people are like the next month. Guess what? It's free this month. Just got to buy the $14.98 book. But once I get my legs underneath me, trust me, these lives are going, not these lives, but the teaching lives are going to go behind closed doors, behind paid doors. Why? Because I'm not going to keep giving this away for free. I'm not going to keep evolving your life for free. Meanwhile, my life is falling apart. I must, as Sis said, take my passion, take my niche, and make it unique to me. And I don't know how many people out there are reading souls. I think I'm the only one. There might be other people, but I think I'm the only one. So please get access to me while it's free. Get access to me while it's inexpensive. $60 is not a lot when you think about where I'm headed. That's all I'm going to say. Because I see the bigger picture. I see my clientele. And so, yeah, get in at the ground level is what I'm saying. And I ride with you because you ride with me. I'm giving above and beyond. I don't nickel and dime. I don't. But it's stupid for me to be out here pouring my life, my time, my energy, my tapping into you, my changing your life. And I'm getting nothing or pennies. And I know that I'm worth more than that. And I think you all know that I'm worth more than that. But I understand what you're going through. I understand your circumstances, my circumstances too. So I get it. So boom, I'll make a video about the book club and I'll pin it to the top. But for the most part, Wednesday, YouTube, Saturday, TikTok for now. Because my audience is on TikTok. I don't even know how to use YouTube Live. This is going to be funny. The first time I go live on YouTube is going to be the first time we do a study group. So we just know that's going to be a cluster. But it's a good time. It's a funky good time. And we going to teach. We going to teach. We going to learn. And I'm excited. So thank you guys. I'm sorry I didn't get into the comments like I usually do. But I think we got done what we needed to get done. And I appreciate you guys. I will be back Saturday, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll just be wrapping it up. This will be one of our last little just wrap it up sessions before these lives turn into book clubs. So I appreciate you. You guys have a good night.